It is just a more extreme example than other environmental challenges like climate change that have less immediate, perhaps more global and more uncertain effects. So far, we blinded our eyes thinking that the consequences of climate change were too uncertain or too distant to be taken seriously. Well, COVID changed of this because it puts our lives at stakes on top of a few weeks. And it told us that actually our survival depends largely on our ability to cooperate and on our respect of the environment. So after this crisis will be over, we will have a choice to make between two alternatives. On one hand, continuing living as we did so far, waiting for the next pandemic to hit and kill other thousands of us, or taking the necessary steps to reform the economic system to put humankind back at the center of decision making. What are our possibilities? Well, in my opinion, going back to business as usual is suicidal for at least three reasons. First, modern economic systems prove to be inadequate to address the crisis. Second, there are good reasons to believe that the current economic organization of our societies is at the origin of the social and environmental degradation that made the pandemic more probable and more dangerous. Third, the return of fishes in the Venice Lagoon and the disappearing of the clouds of smog from the skies of many industrial cities worldwide made clear the impact of our activities on the place where we live, the planet Earth, and should push us to reconsider not only the way we consume, but also to be more critical towards the economic organization and the kind of economic development we choose to put in place. The idea of choosing for nationalist isolation, in my opinion, is suicidal as well. First, because global challenges require global solution, but this is probably easy to say. Most convincingly, I think that nationalist isolation is a problem because the sharing of knowledge and international cooperation are fundamental for progressing fast towards find solution to common problems. And the flip side of this statement is that if we choose a me-first approach, what we'll end up doing is to compete among countries to try to rescue ourselves first in a rush to worsen the conditions for everybody. So that is definitely the recipe for global failure. So, in my opinion, COVID-19 gave us the great opportunity to put humankind back at the center of our decision making. This requires a deep reorganization of the way societies are organized. This requires recognizing the importance of living together, of cooperating, and of being able to trust each other. Finally, it requires abandoning the idea of economic growth at any cost. COVID-19 gave us the great opportunity to rethink the kind of world in which we want to live in. As long as economics remains the science that maximize profits, we cannot trust it to create a new agenda for a social and environmental sustainable future.